Hi, today's tutorial is about stenciling, and there are two ways to stencil. You can stencil using the stencil bridge, or you can do manual stenciling. The purpose for stenciling is to be able to have, if you want to be able to cut out a piece and not have the centers fall out, or some people use them when they're going to do stenciling on the walls or whatever. But it's basically to help it so you don't lose your centers. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you on a basic word how to stencil it. I'm going to go ahead and click on type, and I'm just going to type in the word love. Make it just a little bit larger. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld it together. So I need to bring this one letter a little bit closer and weld. So now they're all one piece. I'm going to go ahead and leave the color fill in so that you can understand the way the stencil is working a little bit better. Normally I don't like to work with the color fill on, personal preference, but it does make it easier to be able to demonstrate and show this to you. So the first thing I'm going to do now to be able to stencil is I'm going to show you the way where it just does it for you. You can go up to Stencil Bridge. You can decide how big of a stencil bridge you want. And then you just come over and you click on there, draw a line, and it creates a stencil. Well, let's say I want to have a second stencil. I'll go up here. You're going to see it says the line must cross only two different paths. So what I'm going to do is show you the other way to be able to bring it closer. Let me make this, or to be able to do that stencil closer. Well, you can see I have lost the center of this one. Not to worry, it is still there. I'll just go and select it and bring it forward. There we go. So you can see where I made the first stencil, and it's not real large. I could have made it bigger if I would have wanted to, but you can see with the stencil bridge I'm only be able to do one. I'm going to show you the second way to do stencils, and this is my preferred method, even though it may seem like it takes a second longer because it is manually done. I'm going to go ahead and click on the second set of scissors on the manipulation toolbar, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a line here and another line. Then I'm going to go up here and draw a line up here and draw another line up here. And then what I'm going to do is just click on those lines because I've created a little spot that separates us out. Click delete on my keyboard, and now I've created a stencil. I'm going to bring this piece forward so it looks better. So you can see I now have a stencil that I like here, and this is what a stencil bridge looks like. Say you've done the stencil bridge and you realize, oh, I do want to go ahead and make it so it's going to be stenciled in two spots. You can still go back and do the second part of it manually. So you could do your first parts with the stencil bridge and then come back and manually do the second part if you wanted to. And I'm just actually going to make this one a little bit larger. And then I'm going to go ahead and stencil out this little spot as well. Gives you a little bit more control where you're going to put it, how big you're going to make it. So now you can see that's all stenciled together. That's doing it with letters. You can also do this using objects or shapes. I'm just going to use a basic heart shape here that came from the image gallery. If I use my tools down in my stencil bridge and go to try to cut this right now, you're going to say the line must cross two paths. You're going to be able to see that happens. The reason that is happening at this point is because this is a grouped image, so it thinks it's all one line. So I need to go to the word shape, break all. Now I can go back to tools, stencil bridge, and I can go ahead and stencil out a piece. Again, if I need more spaces stenciled and I go to try to do it the other way with the stencil bridge, it's going to tell me I can't do that. So again, I just go to my my manipulation toolbar, go to the second set of scissors, and now I can just go ahead and cut out that extra piece I want, delete the extra one there, and if I decide I want to put a stencil in another spot, I can. You can see that it makes it a lot easier. And that's how you can do some stenciling using doing it manually. Hope that answers any questions you have about that. Have a great day.